everyone. I am the Technical Director of Eileen Makeup Team, and I am also the Chairman of the IAA International Art Association. I was an instructor when I went abroad before, and right now in Taiwan, I also do makeup and styling for different stars and talents. Today we are going to talk about fundamental. On the fundamental braiding, you can see there are a few ones I would like to emphasize today. I have put check marks in front of it, where there is one twist and then clip, two twists, and for two twists we have two twists with double sides and two twists with single side, left or right. There's also 3-strand braids with double sides. Next, on basing, there is corn perm, hair crimper basing, and curling, which includes inward and outward curling. Next, we're going to look at the pictures and see how we would actually do them. There's only a few things we need to pay attention to when we are doing the one twist and clip. First of all, you want to put the hair by the point, loose, and section method. And the first zone should appear triangular, as you can see on the picture on the right. So the third one is if you have a hair bundle, if you're pointing it to the right, then make sure you can clip the hair to the right, or if your hair bundle is going to the left, you need to fix it with the clips on the left side. Now we will look at the step-by-step pictures next. Let's look at the first picture. So on the second picture, you can see we're using the point, loose, and section method doing the sectioning. Start from the middle of the head, and then you will clip it toward the middle. Then you will pile it from the right upwards, and then also from the left upwards. There should be 5 sections altogether. There is one section in the middle, and then you will have 2 sections on the left and 2 sections on the right. Once you're done bundling them, that will thus finish our one twist and then clip. So if you're practicing the one twist then clip and you're trying to do the point, loose, and section method, you're not very used to it, you can try to do it as the 4 pictures is showing. You can do it in a rectangular type of way, and it is very easy to utilize. The next one is going to be 2 twists, specifically 2 twists with braids. So first of all, let's look at the picture on the right. If you look at the picture on the top left corner, it is a 2 twist without braids. The one next to it on the right is 2 twist with 2 braids. The bottom left is a 2 twist with braid on the left side. The other one is the 2 twist braid with a braid to the right side. A few things we need to remember when we're adding braids to either side. No matter which side you're adding braids to, you need to make sure you brush it and smooth it first. The next thing is, when you put the hair on top, you want to stack it and then fold it. You overlap the strands from both sides and then you twist it. One thing to keep in mind when you're twisting it is the hair that is folded up to the top, you want to twist it toward the center. So then you want to repeat the method. First you stack, fold, and then you twist it over to the middle section. You will then be able to do the 2 twists with braids. We will look at the next one now. This is a step-by-step photo of the 2 twist. The first picture, so we'll be looking at the pictures from left to right. So first you can see you have the 2 strands of hair, and then you stack and fold it. You will take the 2 twists on the top and then twist it toward the middle. After you twist it toward the middle, you will then fold it again. One thing to remember is when you're twisting, the hair that is folded on the top, it will always be twisted from the 2 sides toward the middle. And this is how we achieve the very last picture on the very right, which is the 2 twist. The next one is the 2 twist with double sides. Both sides will be braided. Both sides will be braided into the middle. You will then crisscross the hair. Once you're done crisscrossing the hair, add the hair on the right to the right side and add the hair on the left to the left side. Once you have added into both sides, We will then fold it on top of each other. After you're done folding it, make sure the hair in the middle will be twisted, and then you will achieve the picture that we see over here, the 4 pictures that we are able to see here. After you're done with that, we will repeat the same procedure. You will add the hair, crisscross it, and then twist it, and then twist it toward the middle. The next one will be the 2 twist, and it will be adding the hair from the right side. When you're doing the 2 twist with double side, if you want the hairline to be on the right side to have a specific kind of line, then you will add the hair on the right side to style it. In order to do that, you will always be folding the hair strand for the right onto the top. You will never fold the hair strand on the left onto the bottom, because the line on the right side will look longer if you fold it onto the top. After you're done folding it to the top, you will continue the same with add, fold, and twist. Make sure when you're folding it, you are only adding the hair from the right. We will now look at the following photos. After you've added it, you will fold it and then twist it. Next, we will look at the hair strand on the left. It will be doing the same thing. Same idea. If you're going to add lines to the hair on the left side, you will always be folding the hair on the left onto the top. Next, we'll be looking at the first picture. We will have 2 hair strands and we'll fold it on top. After you're done folding it, and then you will crisscross it, it will be the next picture. So after you folded the hair, you will twist it. So then you will continue the add, fold, and twist. This is how we will achieve the picture on the very right. The next one, we are going to talk about the 3 strands braid with sides. There are 2 main points to this hairstyle. First of all is making sure you divide the hair into 3 different sections. Second of all, after adding hair from the outside to the braid to each of the side strands from one round, start adding hair pieces. So the 3-strand braid will be continuing to adding the hair from the outside and folding it onto the top, and eventually, with this cycle, you will have a 3-strand braid. Next, we will look at the step-by-step picture. After we have separated it into 3 different strands, fold the hair on the left on top, and then fold the hair from the right on top. And that would be one cycle. One cycle will be folding the hair from the left to the top, and then folding the hair up from the right onto the top, once each. The next step, we will be adding the sides. So we will take the hair from the left and fold it onto the top, and then after we add it, we will fold it. After we're done with the left side, we will do the same on the right side. You will add hair and then fold it onto the top. Continue these steps and you will end up with the result on the picture from the very right. Next, we will be teaching everyone how to do the basing for corn perm. There are 5 things we need to pay attention to when we're doing this. First of all, you want to make sure you leave 2 centimeters of hair on the margin untouched. The reason being, if you do not leave the 2 centimeters margin, it will cause the hair to lose its shine. The main reason we're doing the basing of corn perm is to make the hair look more full. If you have thinner hair, by doing this, you will look like you have much more volume to your hair, and you'll look like you have more hair as well. Second thing is, you want to make sure that each layer is about 2 centimeters. You don't want it to be too thick or too thin. If it's too thick, it'll cause you to need too much of a hold in order to leave the impression of the corn. However, if your layers are too thin, it will make the impressions too deep, and it will make your hair look frizzy, and it would not look very good. The third one is make sure each layer is radially oriented. So the angle of your hair should go along the shape of your head and goes radially. The fourth one is perm to create layers so it will look like there's a graduation, which will add a sense of softness to the hair. We talked about how to clip the hair in order to create corn perm. So when we're doing the corn perm, we need to make sure the impressions are deeper in the beginning and then gradually decrease it to make it thinner and lighter. Also, make sure you want to split it into 5 sections. Next, we'll look at the sections. From the pictures, there are 5 different sections as you can see. The top of your head will be one section. There will be one on each side on the left and right, and on the back of your head, there will be one on each side too. Therefore, there are 5 sections altogether. Second of all, about basing for corn perm, we will not do the first layer. We will start at the second layer. Each layer will be about 2 centimeters thick. The gradation effect will be what you see on the right-hand side. The reason we're going to talk about the top of the head separately is because a lot of times when we're working on the top of the head, the angle is actually not radial. If you do it at the wrong angle, then the fullness will not be as ideal. Next, we'll talk about curls. There are 2 kinds of curls, inward and outward. So let's look at the picture on the right. There are 4 different curls over here. Even though they're all curls, they're actually some are inward, some are outward. First of all, you want to divide your hair into 4 sections, and you want each section to be 5 centimeters thick per layer. Next, make sure you hold the curling iron horizontally. You don't want to turn it vertical, especially when you're first starting. When you're doing it in the beginning, we would recommend you doing it all horizontal so it's easier to remember. Always hold the clamp towards yourself. Don't hold it upwards or downwards, but always towards yourself. Number 5 is to curl downwards. So after you have held the curling iron horizontally, you will have the clamp towards yourself and then curl downwards. One important thing is make sure you return to original position after each curl. Because if you don't do that, then what you have curled initially will go back to the original straightness again. Next, number 7, when you're inward curling, you want to make sure the strand goes toward the middle line. If you're curling outwards, make sure you're curling each strand with the end of the hair towards your face. So remember, if we're curling inwards, the end of your hair will be curling toward the back. If you're curling outwards, you want to make sure the end of the strands are towards your face. Also, you want to make sure the hair ends points downward. So for instance, if it's on the right like this, you will put it down smoothly like this. If the end of the hair is on the left side, you will be holding the curling iron up and then going downwards. When we're curling, there will be 4 different sections. One on the left, one on the right, and 2 sections on the back of your head. When we're curling it, there will be a curling inwards and a curling outwards. Now, we're going to talk about curling outwards. As we mentioned earlier, when we're curling outwards, the end of your hair strand will be toward your face and toward the front. As you can see in these 4 pictures, it demonstrates that. Another thing, make sure you return to the original position after you have curled it. As you can see in these 4 pictures, every time after I curl it, it went back to the position where it was in the first picture. Next, we'll look at the next picture. Also remember, wherever the end of the hair is, we wanted to lower it toward there. Because it is on the right-hand side this time, we will do it smoothly downwards. Next, we will doing it outwards on the left side. You will also be pointing it towards your face, but remember, even though they're both pointing toward the face, they will be a different direction on the left side or on the right side. Let's look at the following 4 pictures. Going towards your face on the left side will be pointing forward on the left side. As you can see in this picture, on the left side, the end of the strand of hair is pointing toward the face. Same as before, you need to always return to your original position after curling. The end of the hair strand is on the bottom, so we will lift the handle and go downwards. Next, we will talk about curling inwards. First, we will be curling inwards on the right. When you're curling inwards on the right, the end of the strand of your hair will be in the center line. So you'll be twisting the hair toward the back. As usual, make sure you return to the original position. And it should happen like the 4 pictures have demonstrated. Same, if the end of your hair strand is on the left side, lift your handle and release it downwards. Then you will see the curling inwards. Similarly, we will look at curling inwards on the left. it will be facing the center line in the back. And the same, you will always return to your original position after curling. Then remember, if it's on the right-hand side, make sure you pull your handle downwards and release it like that. That is how you achieve an inward curl. That will be a simple explanation we will demonstrate after this. Now we are going to demonstrate the one twist, then clip. First, you need to make sure in the front you have a triangular area. When you're trying to section it into a triangle, you can section it down the middle first. You go down the middle, and then from this point in the front, you do a diagonal sectioning. Another diagonal here. Go for a straight line, and this is how you'll get your triangular sectioning. After you're done brushing the hair smooth, you will do the one twist, then clip. While you're doing it, put your hand where the line is right here. Don't hold on to it too low. Put your hand where the hairline is. When you're done, then twist. That would be one twist. After we're done twisting, we will then clip it. As we mentioned before, if we're twisting toward the right, we will clip on the right side. So remember, the position of your pin, when you are trying to do it, make sure you see this strand on the very end is twisted over here to the side. Hold your pin with the short side on top and the long side on the bottom. Put the long side, which is the bottom of your pin, along your scalp. Use the short side to hook onto the last strand of hair on the outside, and then push inwards. After it's pushed all the way in, use one hand to press down where the pin is and use your other hand to smooth the hair out. That would be the one twist, then clip. Once you're done, we can press where the pin is and then style the top and make it look fuller. Once you added volume to the top, the line will look a little bit triangular. That would be the one twist, then clip. Once we're done, we are going to add the side and do a diagonal sectioning. Go straight down on the side until the back of the ear. You can use a clip to clip on the hair in the back first, and then we will section it based on this line over here and make it two sections, one on top and one on bottom. Make sure they're the equal amount. Now we can do it with one twist, then clip. If it's a hair on the right, then make sure when you are clipping it and twisting it toward the middle. So it will be clipping toward the left. Same, make sure you smooth out the hair. And then you twist on top here and twist it and make it tight. And press it where it was earlier on top. Use a clip and go from the bottom. The bottom will be the longer side. The top will be the shorter side on the clip. And then push it inwards. Same. Press down where the clip is and then smooth the hair up with your other hand. And then you'll make sure you loosen and add volume to the hair on top. The same idea. On the bottom, same. You'll smooth and brush the hair backwards. And you can make sure you put it right here. Twist it upwards. Push it inwards. Press down where the clip is, and then smooth the hair on the back. This will be the finish of the second one. Then we can get rid of the clip. Press it, and then smooth out the hair in the back. And we're going to change it onto this side now. Same. You make sure you section it and part it. Clip the hair on the back first. Then start from the front of the forehead and then do it radially from spot. Make sure the two layers are the same thickness. Once you're done, use a brush and smooth out the hair on top. And then twist it this way and clip it. Twist it upwards. Push the clip in. Press down where the clip is. Smooth out the hair on the back. Once you're done, you will style the top and make it look like this. Next, you'll do the bottom layer. Brush it. Use your index finger to help right here. Twist it upwards. Use a clip to put it in place. Hold on to where the clip is. Smooth out the hair in the back. If it's too loose after you clip it already, you can add another clip a little bit more forward. This clip, you can take it away, and then we will put it in place one more time. Once you're done, you can smooth out the hair in the back. When you're done, you can take all the clips off. Press down where all the pins are, and then smooth out all the hair in the back. And this will look like this. And this is the front. Next, we're going to do a two braid. We're going to do a two twist. Both two twist with single side and two twist with double sides. First, we're going to do the two twist without sides and demonstrate it. Grab a hair strand on top. We're going to do what we talked about earlier. Fold and then twist. The hair on top, twist it toward the middle. When you only have to twist it a little bit, and then you just fold it inwards again. Twist, fold it, twist, fold it, twist. The one on top, fold it in on top, fold it and twist it toward the middle, and then continue to do the same thing. It'll turn into a two twist. That will be what it will look like. Okay. Next, I'm going to teach you how to do the two twist with double sides. When we're trying to do with the two sides, we want to section out the middle first. We'll start from the top and grab a layer first. Smooth it. If your hair is very frizzy, we can put a little bit of oil in your hair so it's not so frizzy. Two twist. First, fold, and then add hair. So same thing. Add, fold, and twist. on the same side. Now you're going to grab on the left, add, and then fold, and then you twist. Twist it toward the middle of the two hair strands. Once you're done, use your middle finger and index finger and do the same. Keep adding, and then twist. Fold it left and right, and twist. Add, fold, twist. The bottom and the rest of the hair, all you have to do is continue to do the two twist as we did before. And then you will finish it. This will be a two twist with double sides. Okay. Next, we are going to do the two twist with single side. First, we're going to add the right side first. Same thing, you can put a little bit of oil in your hand to add shine to the hair. Section out the bangs first. Smooth out the hair with a brush. We're only adding the hair from the side. So a two twist. From the outside, fold it toward the top. Add another strand of hair. Add it in on the bottom one. Once you're done, fold, and then you twist. You will twist the top strand toward the middle in this direction of the two hair, and continue to add, fold, twist. Add, fold, and then twist. Add, fold, twist. Add, fold upwards, and then twist. The end of the hair, continue to do the two twist. Just fold and twist, fold and twist. And then you can finish the two twist with a single side. Next, we're going to show you how to do it on the left side. The same thing, you can section out the bangs first. Smooth it. The one on the bottom, fold it upwards so it'll have a longer hairline over here. Then add onto the strand on the bottom, and then fold, twist it within the middle of the two hair strand, and continue to add, fold, and twist within the middle. Continue to do the same. And this will finish the two twist with single side. And this is where we're adding it on the left. So this is our two twist with double sides and single side. One is the right side with a single side. And the left side with a single side. Next, we're going to do a 3-strand braid with double sides. First, we're going to section the left and right side of the back of our head. Clip it. The first layer on top, smooth it out. And then once you're ready, you can use your middle finger and your index finger to spread the hair into 3 sections. They have to have the same amount of hair. And it doesn't really matter if you use the left side first or the right side first to fold it. Fold, and then fold again. This is the first level. Once you're done, when you're adding the left on top, toward the top, then you can start adding more hair into it. Then first you fold it and then you add hair into it and then smooth it out. Continue to do that. And it'll finish toward the end. Once you don't have any more hair to add in, then you just keep adding hair from the outside inwards to finish it up. Okay, so you can see the top, you will see 3-strand braid with double side. On the bottom, it'll just be a 3-strand braid. There you have it. Next, we're going to move on to the corn perm. When we're doing the corn perm, we're going to demonstrate 2 layers of the corn perm, 2 on the left and 2 on the right. And on the top, I will do the same as what we did in the PowerPoint. 1 layer on the top and 1 on the left and 1 on the right. We'll do 5 layers altogether. Now we will do the basing with the corn perm and how we section it and what angle we should do it. First, we will split out the top of the head. How do we get it on the top of the head? Put your hand on top of the head. The rectangle where the hand is the top section of the head. So once you're done, we will clip the top of the head with a clip. When you're clipping it, use 3 fingers and twist it up and flip it upwards. Then you use a clip to put it there. Make sure you clip in the hair from the base of the hair. You can put 1 clip on each side in order to keep it in place. Next, For the right side, we will do the section in front of the ear and a section behind the ear. When you're clipping the hair here, make sure you don't want to clip it horizontally because the hair will fall out very easily. You can clip it upwards with the opening upwards so it wouldn't fall out as easily. Next, we're going to do the left side. It's the same thing. We're going to do a straight line right behind the ear to section the hair. And then you clip it right here. The back of the head, from the middle, go down the middle, and then one layer on the left and one layer on the right. So this is how we would section it for corn perm. Next, we will start crimpling the corn perm. Few things we need to pay attention to. The first one, you need to have an angle at the right location. The second one, the corn perm needs to look like it has a layering, a gradual layering. And the third one, make sure you leave some in the margin. So we will not perm the first layer. We will start from the second layer. If you really, before you're basing, you realize the hair is not as smooth as you would like, you can use a flat iron to make sure it's flat first, make sure it's smooth, and then you can do it with continue with the corn perm. Okay, we can start now right here with the corn perm. With the angle of corn perm, you don't have to do anything that's hairline or margin, and not the bottom layer either. So you will not do it on the margin. The angle will be horizontal. So looking from the side, you can see the angle like this. Corn perm, make sure you leave about a margin about 0.5 centimeters from the hair, from the scalp, because all these parts are heated. So if you're too close to the scalp, it will burn the scalp. So once you do that, you want to hold it down, and you can see all the marks from the hair crimper for corn perm. Then for the gradually, you don't want to hold it all together. You want to make sure it is actually open and it's horizontal. So starting from the top, on the top, you want to make sure it's like lighter and harder, lighter and harder, and then this will look more gradual this way. When you're done, you can brush it out, and you'll see it should still look very soft. Next, we will do it on the left side, on the back of the head. When we're doing the corn perm, this layer on the left and right, that we will do it on the same time. We'll do the corn perm at the same time for both left and right side on the same layer. The first layer, same thing, we'll fold it upwards and we'll smooth out the hair first. Use your hand, smooth the hair out. index finger and your thumb to pull the hair tight and use the flat iron. And then smooth it out. And it's now done. Next, we're going to use a hair crimper. Don't do the margin, go inwards, grab a layer of hair, angle, same, you want it to be horizontal. It's looking like this from the side. Same, about 0.5 centimeters from the scalp, and then the first holding down, let go. And this time you can continue. And then pull it horizontally, tight, and then do heavy, heavy, and gradually lighter and lighter. Continue doing this. That would be the gradual effect of the corn perm. Then you can smooth it out. It will look like this. Next, we'll continue moving left and right. And we will finish doing the corn perm on the left and right. Now that we're done with the back of the head, we will start crimping the two sides of the hair. Same thing, we will not do the first layer. If the left and right are a little bit too curly, you can do it like this. You don't have to use a flat iron. Second, with the second layer, you will start crimping from the second layer. And then you would put it up here. Keep it in place and then smooth the hair out. Don't do the margin. Start with the first layer, not the first layer on the bottom. Start from the top, pick it up, and then start crimping with the corn perm. Pull it horizontally, tight, angle, press, first layer, and then the same, heavier and then gradually lighter. And that will look like it has a gradual effect. Then the same, you will keep doing the layer upwards, it's one layer by layer, all the way until you get to the top. Next, we will do it on the right side. The first layer, we won't do it. We'll start from the second layer. And then put the hair up first. Keep it in place, not in the margin. So this part, close to your face, you need to make sure you keep a little bit of space over here for margin. Same, hold it tight. The first crimping, heavier, and then smooth it, heavier, till lighter, lighter, gradually, for the gradual effect. That will finish the corn perm. Same. With each layer, you will do the same all the way until the top. Remember, make sure the line that you're sectioning is clean, so otherwise you won't be able to know if you're actually crimping the right place and if it's doing the right angle, if you have missed anything. Each layer needs to be the same. You need to add the layers one by one all the way until the top to finish. Make sure you always leave a margin on the very side. Next, we're going to do the corn perm on the top of the head. On the hair, the first layer, you can start crimping because it is not really the hair on the edge. So smooth the hair on top and you can start from the first layer. Clip the rest of the hair on the top first. Angle up all the way here. The angle should look like this. Then pull it up, the first layer, crimp hard. And then the second layer, slightly harder to lighter, harder to lighter. Get the gradual effect. It will look like this. Next, we're going to do the second layer. Next, the third layer. The third layer, the angle will be right here. Also, you want to hold it all the way up. Next, the layer on the angle on this layer is right here. So your entire head will be a radial angle. The angle is right here, starting from here to here like this. Where it's turning, it has to be a radial. On the back, it'll be all horizontal. This will finish the entire head's corn perm. In the front, make sure you leave 2 centimeters as a margin. Anything on the edge or your frame is 2 centimeters that you will not do a corn perm as a basing. Once you're done doing the entire head with corn perm, this will look like this. But you can see it doesn't have to be very deep imprints. You want to keep the hair looking soft, but still have the line. This is what it's going to look like. We can look at the back now. Right here. And then you can look at the top. Looks like that. On the side, top on the side. So once you're done with your entire head, when you're trying to get the lines on the hair, it will look very nice with a lot of volume. On the side, and it looks like this with the lines. This will be the finished of corn perm. Next, we will be doing the curling. Now, we are going to talk about the basing and curling. There's an inward curling and an outward curling. We will start with sectioning. There will be 4 different sections when we're sectioning. Start from the middle and go down in half. Left and right on 2 sides. Once you're done, one side you have to start from the ear, in front of the ear and behind the ear. There will be the front section and the back section, and then you can clip them. And remember, when you're clipping them, point the opening upwards so it wouldn't fall out as easily. On the side, the same with the ear, front and behind. And then on the back. And that will be the 5 sections of your hair. The sides, the back, and the side. Next, we will be curling it. Before curling the hair, you can also put a little bit of oil in order to make the hair look more shiny. The first layer, each layer will be about 5 centimeters thick. Left and right will be 2 sides. First, we will be curling the right side. The first layer, we'll always do outward first. When you're curling outwards, the bottom of your hair or the end of your hair will be facing your face toward the front. On the left, the end of your hair will be facing this way. With your curling iron, hold it horizontally. The clip will be facing you. It will never be on the inside or on the top. Face it to you. Put it in. When you're curling it, going outward, it will be twisted like this. Smooth out the hair. Make sure you feel it and see if it's warm enough. Once it's warm, start backing out. Hold onto the strand of the hair and then go out about this length because that's about 1 circle. Go back to your original position. And continue doing the same thing. Hold on to the end of the hair. Go backwards. Go back to the original location again. When you only have a little bit of strand here, when you have a little strand of hair, just keep pressing on it and just press, let go, press, let go. Make sure it goes into the curling iron and that will finish the circle. Make sure the bottom of the hair is facing downwards and then point the handle downwards to allow it to look like this. It'll be curling outward. And this is what curling outward looks like. Next, we're going to show you how to do it on the left side. Smooth out the hair. Hold on to the clip horizontally. Curling iron, point the end of the hair front, put it, go back to the original position. Make sure you can tell the hair is heated or not. Once it's heated, then you can start backing up. Go backwards, and then back to the original position. And then when the end of the hair is very thin, do it a little bit by little and point, just a little bit of tap, and then point upwards so it will go all the way into the curling iron. Again, point and roll the entire end of the hair in there. Make sure you see where the end of the hair is, and then lift up the curling iron's handle and point it downwards to take the curling iron out. This will thus for finishing the outward curling. They will look like this. They are both curling outwards this way. When you're curling outwards, the opening will be facing backwards and it will look like it's flipping. So it's like curling outwards. This is why we call it curling outwards. Next, we'll do the second layer and it will be curling inwards. Smooth out the hair. Curling inwards, the bottom of the hair or the end of the hair should be pointing toward the center line of the back of your head. Same, horizontal curling iron, having the opening facing yourself. Point the end of the hair toward the middle of the head, and then it will be curling inwards. Same, wait for the hair to heat up, and then you can continue to move downwards. When you're moving downwards, make sure you always hold on to the end of your hair. Go back to the original position. When the end of the hair is very thin, make sure you're only tapping on it very lightly and pushing it down so you can feed the hair in. Tapping on this so it goes in slowly. You can see the end of the hair is right here. Point it downwards and then tap it to let go and then release your curling iron. This is what curling inward looks like. Curling the hair that's curling inwards, the opening will be facing the front. It's different from when it's facing outwards. Next, we'll show you how to curl inward on the left side. Flap with the opening facing yourself. Twist your hair with the end of the hair facing the middle line of the back of your head. Same, wait for the hair to heat up. Hold on to the end of the hair and then start backing up. And then go back to the original position. Once the hair is heated, tap it and then keep feeding the hair in through tapping all the way to the end of the hair. Go back to the original position. Continue doing the same thing. Tap it and feed it. and go back to the original position. The right side is where the end of the hair is. So move the handle of your curling iron downwards to release the curling iron. This will be curling inward on the left side. You can compare it with the curling outward on the bottom. One is facing the front, one is facing the back. You see the hair on the bottom layer are curling outwards. The ones on top are curling inwards. And this will be finished like this. Now we have finished the entire curling of the head. First of all, on the two sides, we usually curl it outwards. So you'll see on these two sides, these are all curling outwards, and that's what the line would look like. On the left side and the right side, they're both the same. Both sides, the two sections, are both curling outwards. As for the back, you can do it either way. You can do it inward or outward. But make sure you remember one thing. You don't want them to be all pointing one way or a different way, because if you do it all the same way, then you wouldn't have the layer or the effect you want. You wouldn't have the volume because they will be all the same way. This is what it would look like after you're done curling the entire head with both inward and outward curling.